Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, The Cloud Box, and this is the next video inside the Azure Databricks playlist or in Pyspark playlist. And if you are coming on the first time on my channel, so I would like to introduce my channel. The channel name is The Cloud Box, and here I upload video related to the Azure data engineering. Here you will find videos on Pyspark, Spark SQL, Data Factory, Azure DevOps, Python, SQL, everything you will find, so you can start your journey with Azure data engineering. It's not only that, I even upload video related to the scenario-based question and the difficulties where we face in the real-time project. So similar to that, I came across one a problem where we face challenges. Let's say once you write a data through Databricks, okay, probably you see there is the partitions file is going to create and you cannot really change the file name as per your customized username, right? So just quickly show you what I'm trying to say. So there is a landing container. I've already created a mount point so you can access the ADLS from the Databricks. If you do not know how to create the mount point, so go and watch my previous video. I have uploaded video how you can create mount point using SAS token or the service principal. So here what I did, I uploaded two set of file, that is one is Parquet and one is CSV. And what I'm going to do first, I'm going to read this into a one data frame, okay? And spark.read.format. So let me first read the CSV one, and let's say I'll pass header true, and then I'll load this. And if you are accessing from ADLS, right? So you need to first add MNT and then your container name and then probably your folder or the subfolder. So inside landing, this file is present inside this single file, that is the folder name. And here is like it is only one file. So what I'm going to do give that is start.csv and let's say in the display what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pass this df. If everything goes well, so it is going to read the file and show you the output. So that is one set of thing which we did. Okay. So now what we are going to do, you can see this output are coming, right? But we are not interested. So what I'm going to do, we are going to comment it out. We are going to comment it out and again we are going to run the cell. Meanwhile it's running, so we'll go to the next cell and we are going to write it. Write in the sense, probably you can see, right, you there are three methods, like there is a write method present for writing. So I am going to use a coalesce. So coalesce, what it's going to tell you that, let's say you are going to write all the files in a one partition. Okay, if you are not going to use a coalesce, it is going to write your file in a multiple partitions. So for that reason, going to use the coalesce. If you do not know, you can search on Google what is basically coalesce and repartition. This is one of the most important topic in the interview side also. And let's say which file I'm going to write. Again, is the CSV only. Okay, and mode is like I'm just going to give override. Override, why? If the file is already present, it's going to override. Okay, there are different modes: append, override. Okay, these kind of modes are present. And I am going to save this. So where exactly I'm going to save? In a location. Location would be mnt slash, again in the landing, because landing is our mounted container. And in the landing somewhere, let's say where I want to choose one location. So output to a single file. Let me remove this file here. uh, Not output to a single file, let's say partitions file. So somewhere I'm going to write it, partitions file. And let me run this. Okay, if we are going to run it, so what it's going to give the result. So it's going to take a data frame from this and it's simply going to write in this particular location. Okay. So the moment it's running, just refresh this. You can see in the partition file, we have created that one is part file, that is your main file, one is success, one is started, and one is committed, right? So even though if you have used a coalesce method, so coalesce is going to give it's going to merge all the partitions file into one. It's not going to give you a customized result. That is, let's say you want to save this file as output.csv or something like that. So this is the problem statement. So how we can basically solve this? Okay. So Databricks or Pyspark has no any method present which can handle this. But if you are using Azure Data Factory inside the data flows, in the sink you have option called output to a single file, and there you can apply this thing. Okay, but we have a workaround. So how we can solve this? This is really important. This is very important from interview side also, and in the project you are going to implement it. So let's say first we write our what is the source path. So I mean this would be we have to use it on the multiple times. So we declare it as a variable. So you can see our source path is somewhere we have written our data, right? So source path, this is going to happen after the writing, right? So first we'll write the data and then we are going to take it from there. So this is the source path. Let's say what is the target path. So the target path probably would be the same but with a different. So let's say in a landing, you go to somewhere here, output to a single file. You go to here, right, output to a single file, right? Uh, Got it. Fine. Now, what exactly, what the technique we can use it? So there are a lot of the techniques, but what we are going to use it. So let's say um, we need to take one variable. Let's say remove file. We obviously what the technique we are going to use. Go to the landing. Go to the partitions file. So what we want to do, either you can keep this file and you only move this file to one different folder and you rename this file. Okay, or the best or the other criteria is you remove all the supportive files and probably you move this file to you keep this file to this folder itself or you rename it, or you move or you remove this file and move this only one file to a different folder. Okay, any way you can follow. So what we can do, remove file. In the remove file, what we are going to do, uh, there is something called dbutils fs.ls, and here what is going to give, it's going to go to the source path and it's going to list down the files. Got it? What or the files are present, so it will see four type of files are present, right? And here what we need to do, I need to iterate through each file. So I in this remove file, sorry, for I in range. Okay, and here what will pass, it will start from 0 because if you see this um remove file, so what is going to, it is going to list down the files with indexing 0 1 2 3 4, right? And we'll find the length of this and we'll pass this. Okay, got it. And and after that, it's once it's going to iterate through loop. So what we are going to do, we are again going to store that item dot name, something called item dot name. So let's say 0 dot for the first index what the file is, or again 1 dot the next file, 3 dot next file, something like it's going to give, right? So so for the that reason, what we are going to tell you, what we are going to do. Let's take one more variable, store file. Okay, store file is equal to, let's say, remove file. Um, okay, remove file I uh, dot name. Okay, fine. So here, I guess if we are good here, so what it's going to give item one dot name, it's going to again store in this file, and then it's going to do the next operation, and again it's going to for the next file. Right. For the first file, what we need to do, if if let's say store file, the file which we have stored dot starts with what, underscore, right? If it is starting with underscore, so dbutils dot fs dot rm, we need to remove that file. Remove that file from where exactly, right? So, or we need to give the path also, right? So, from where exactly it is? This is in the this, right? So this is here. From here, we need to remove, and we need to uh, and for the one item, right? It's not for all items, so we need to pass that dot path, and here we need to pass this true. Okay. So this much if you understood. So what we are going to give, we stored all things in a path, source and target, and there we are iterating through that folder. So where we have stored through the fs.ls, and we are taking a loop here. So we are iterating, and for iteration, each item we are storing in one variable, and then we for the that variable for indexing wise, we are checking if the file starts with underscore. If yes, then remove that file. Okay. If it starts with that, then remove that file. Ls, if not, if not this case, so again you can give elephant, because you know there are only two type of file. One is starting with part, and one is one is starting with underscore. But here, let's say again we are going to give the condition dot starts with partition file. Okay, if it returns true, then in this case you need to move that file, right? fs dot move. So here clearly understand, you want to move in a same folder itself, or you want to move create another folder, but I would like to move create another folder. So but for the moving, the syntax is source and destination. So again our source would be remove file, right? Remove file for each item dot path, right? And um, dot path, and here we want to pass our target path. That is fine. And after the target path, I am going to create one more directory, and inside the directory, I mean, let's say after the target path, after output to a single file, I want to give a customized file name. So output um to single file dot csv, because this is something called a csv file. Okay. So, if everything goes well, so probably it should run and do not throw, and it shouldn't throw any error. So let me quickly run this. So, first it is going to take a file from, uh, okay, output to single file is not defined. Okay, we need to create something like that. Target path. Okay, dbutils output to. Okay, we have given something wrong thing here. Uh, Target path is correct only. Output to a single file, then output to single file dot csv. Here it is wrong because we need to give in a string code. Okay. Now if we run this, probably this time this should work. So we will go to this MNT landing. Okay, it's completed, right? So we saw in partition file there were a part file. As I want to see, I have not refreshed it because you can see the timing. So if I refresh this, So you can see file got deleted. Okay. Now output to a single file folder got created, and you can see output to single file.csv is present here, and you can see the timing. Okay, that is fine. I hope you understood the concept. Some people say it will not work with Parquet, but okay, let me tell you, everything will work. So let me what we can do. We can just go ahead and read the Parquet file, and if this is the Parquet, then header is not required. You can give it is optional. Let me quickly show you the display also, so you can see the headers are coming. So you can see in a single file, this is the location. This is something called a location. No, in not partition file, you need to go to the single file. In a single file, we have cars.parquet file, right? So if you can see, if you open the cars.parquet, it is a Parquet file format. Let me quickly show the edit, so you wouldn't be able to see this data. Correct? So I need to pick this file. I need to pick this file first, and I need to write in a Parquet format only. So fine, and I'm going to write in a partition. I'm going to write in a partition file. Okay. So quickly go here, and we can see in the partitions file we have no data present. So let me quickly run this. And okay, and let me show you without giving options header in Parquet, uh, your header will come. Okay. Mm. One second. This is okay. We have given the format CSV, right? So it's not a something like that. It will work. So we need to give a Parquet format. Mm. Here we changed, but in the format we didn't change. So that's the reason it gives you the. Okay. Now you can see this columns are coming. Even if you add options header, and if you pass through something like that, it is going to give you the same result. Mm. So, one second, yeah. So this video is getting longer, but I want to give you everything in a detail so you would understand a much better way. So, now if you see it, uh, you are getting the same result, right? And now we need to write in a partition file. Let me write it also. So the meanwhile it is writing, we can go to check in the partition file. You can see partition file has no file present, but if you refresh this, you can see these three files are got created. One is part file and two is started and committed. Okay. So something which we did with the CSV, the same technique we are going to apply. So it is the source file is partition file. It is going to take it from this location, and for the target, it is going to consume this. Okay. So we can go to the output to single file location. We can go to output to single file location, and here we can see the CSV file is present in the same folder. We want to store a Parquet file also, or a different as your wish. So only we can change the location here, Parquet, right? The same technique, you can take this code from, you can probably take a snap and you can write it by your own, or maybe what we can do, you can create a function in a Python and you can call this notebook if you are going to use it in a different. So here what you are going to give, you need to pass the three parameters, source, target, and the file name, and then probably it will run. Okay. So better you create a function and then you do it accordingly. Okay, so let me quickly run this. Okay, let me quickly run this. Fine, now we can go and check in the location here. if our file is present or not. We can see our Parquet file is present and our CSV file is also present. And the same way we go to single file and we can see our data is not in the single file, output to a single file probably, right? Uh, so where we have written it, we have written it somewhere partition file, right? So in the partition file, no data is present, right? You can see we have written in the partition file. So hope you liked this video. This video is really important. I am sure you're gonna love this video, and stay tuned for on my channel for this kind of video which is going to help you in your project. Thank you so much. Keep learning, keep enjoying, and wish you all the best in your journey. S- Please do subscribe, hit like, and please share this video to other friends so everyone get benefited. Thank you so much. Bye.